It is given unto many to know the mysteries of God. Nevertheless, they are laid under a strict command. And he that will not harden his heart, to him is given the greater portion of the word. These are parts or portions of something. These are larger parts or portions of the same thing. Many people consider this to be the full view. Yet what we see is only the smaller part or lesser portion. You may wonder how a house can be bigger than what it appears. The answer is that the inside of this house is many times larger than the outside. The rules of time and space as we know them do not apply here. Once inside, you can experience storms at sea, witness battles, meet thousands of people, and travel in time. But a house like this is better experienced than heard about. A short tour has been arranged for you, and it's just beginning. Just a caution before we enter, though. Prepare yourself to watch and listen carefully. Because of a few unique features, not everyone is able to see all the wonders this house has to offer. Unlike other houses, the source of light here is not switches or lamps or fixtures. Those who come here and do not discover the source of light see very little and leave disappointed. How much light is present depends upon many things, such as your willingness to believe and your own personal effort. In this house are many rooms. This is the David and Goliath room that we will be visiting today. And these are parts or portions of the story.
There went out a champion out of the camp of the Philistines, named Goliath. whose height was 6 cubits and a span. And the Philistine said, I defy the armies of Israel this day. Give me a man that we may fight.
This is a good place for another caution. Some people whose principal desire is to quickly get through every room in the house just read the words and move on. But with help from the light and using a little imagination, you can start to visualize the things you read about.
And David said, Let no man's heart fail because of him. Thy servant will go and fight with this Philistine. The Lord that delivered me out of the paw of the lion, he will deliver me out of the hand of this Philistine. I cannot go with these, for I have not proved them. And he took his staff in his hand, and chose him 5 smooth stones out of the brook. Thou comest to me with a sword, and with a spear, and with a shield. But I come to thee in the name of the Lord of hosts.
Many visitors who come here see this much of the story, but those who make an additional effort receive a greater portion of the word. The light helps them to feel and to understand the story as well. One of the best efforts that can be made is to ask good questions. Questions like, what was David really like? Now, this is one man's idea of what he may have been like, fiercely courageous and determined. But when you visit this room, you can decide for yourself what he may have looked like, or you can put yourself in his place and try to see the story through his eyes. Another good question is, what does one part of the story have to do with another? For example, where did David get the courage to stand and face a lion, to grab him by the mane and kill him? What did killing a lion have to do with facing a giant? Why didn't David fight with the king's armor? How did he know he could use a sling and stones to defeat a giant armed with a sword and shield and spear? What was he thinking about on the way to the brook? Why was he the only one in Israel to recognize the potential of these stones? It's one thing to put yourself into this story, but if you can also see into David's heart and learn his source of strength, you too will have the courage to face giants. The courage to face challenges in life cannot be confined to a room in a house or even in a valley. Once obtained, courage can accompany you to any place and any time. To your city, to your school, to your own room. Do you recognize the giants of evil here? In this place and time, few evils are 9 feet tall. Some are deceptively small. Some are almost hidden from view in our hearts and minds. They don't threaten to suddenly end our life on a battlefield. They drain it from us a little at a time. Do you know where to find the weapons to kill these giants? Do you see these words as the stones that can help you face a giant in your life? Are you beginning to understand how these rooms work? How the light enables you to see with your mind and your heart as well as with your eyes? Are you ready to try another room? Do you know which kind of questions will help you visualize? Which kind will help you feel and understand? And which kind will help you liken the scriptures unto yourself? Another caution before we enter. Although this room has many ideas, it has no story. Without people and places to visualize, there is a great temptation to just read the words and move on. Yet, ideas can be brought to life in much the same way a story can. Here are some parts or portions of this room.
Thou shalt offer a sacrifice unto the Lord thy God in righteousness, even that of a broken heart and a contrite spirit. And that thou mayest more fully keep thyself unspotted from the world. Thou shalt go to the house of prayer, and offer up thy sacraments upon my holy day.
Although these verses are not about shepherds and giants and slings and stones, there are some key ideas that can be identified and visualized. Now, to get a feeling for each part and how it fits into the whole, try and ask questions like, what kind of sacrifice does the Lord require in our day? What is the Lord asking when he requests a broken heart and a contrite spirit? What does sacrificing worldly feelings and desires have to do with keeping unspotted from the world? What if every time you broke a commandment, you broke out in spots? What if the filth you read or watched showed up on your forehead as well as in your mind? What if cheating left stains on your hands? Where can you keep yourself free from earth stains? Why is this place called a house of prayer? What is the promise found here that assures us that we really can keep unspotted from the world? What kind of heart must you have to receive these blessings? Do you see how these rooms work? If you were to enter another room, would you know what to do? With the light or spirit as a companion, you can unlock the secrets of each of the thousands of rooms in this house. What a contrast to those who only see dimly lit halls and darkened rooms, or to those who never bother to enter. Someday you may try to explain to someone how a house can be bigger than it appears on the outside. I wonder if they will listen. There is so much more to the Scriptures than just what appears to be written on the page. The greater portion of the Word is not what you read, but what the Spirit enables you to understand. The Spirit is the power by which you understand, but the portion of understanding depends upon the strength of your belief and the extent of your effort to understand. With searching questions and the Spirit, you can unlock the secrets of the thousands of stories and ideas on these pages. Every story and idea on these pages will respond to your effort. Reading, studying, and pondering these words will bless your life and provide the courage to remain clean in an otherwise polluted world. Most of all, you can learn of the Savior and listen to His words. When you come to search these pages, what portion of the Word will you be satisfied with? And he that will not harden his heart, to him is given the greater portion of the Word.